Hello everybody, welcome PreCalculus, AP PreCalculus Open House 2024 Fall Term. This is Mr. Aquinar. I'm a teacher of math for about 16 years. I'm teaching middle and high school. Currently, I'm in a public school teaching PreCal and Calculus. During 16 years, I have held also math department coach, also vice principal at various times. So nowadays I'm interested in AI training. I'm teaching AI how to solve math problems, and I'm uploading some questions for AI, and I'm teaching how to solve questions step by step. So this is about me. I would like to introduce very shortly, and then I would like to continue what we are going to learn throughout this semester. All right, so first of all, at a glance, you need to see what you are supposed to work through from sixth grade to throughout the AP Calculus. That is the pathway. So we're gonna start fifth and seventh grade. They are starting with number sense basics, which is very basic. And then grade six math, seven. And then it's going on with algebra one. Typically in public schools, it is starting grade seven or eight. And then geometry, follow-up is algebra two. And then most of the kids are choosing pre-calculus or AP pre-calculus. When we say pre-calculus, which is the traditional AP pre-calculus, it is a last year. It is published first time. That was given a test. So there are a lot of questions about it, but yeah, it is trending nowadays. And of course, the next class will be AP calculus, AB or BC. Depending on your need and applications, you should choose AP calculus AB or BC. I would like to welcome all joining today. So what we are going to have, firstly, I would like to talk again. We are going to have Saturday classes 1 to 3 p.m. I'm in Texas, Austin, by the way. So the dates are September 7th, which is we are expecting next week, and November 23. And prerequisite, there is no certain prerequisite, but of course it is highly recommended to have an Algebra 2 knowledge. I don't know if you have taken Algebra 2 last years or did you study for? Yeah, it's fine. All the topics from AP Pre-Calculus and Calculus are overlapping. I mean that, so in the first semester, we're gonna take the topics which are common topics. So in the second semester, there are some topics in AP Pre-Cal have a different two topics that different than traditional. So by the way, there's a note here. You can see all instruction materials will be 3 months available after the course ends, and then it's gonna be not accessible for you. So if you need anything, please download, and you will see the videos as well. Watch, review, and download any document you need. So what is our expectation? It's a year-long class pre-calculus. In the first semester and the second semester, each term have half, and each of them we're gonna have 12 weeks. And you're gonna have homework, of course, like traditional school. And typically, I do not give that much homework, but it's gonna take about 60 to 90 minutes per week, not per day, of course, per week. All right. So at a glance, let's have a look what we are going to work. Week 1 through 12, which means about 3.5 months, because we are going to have a break in fall term. So we're going to start with the functions, and then we're going to look their attributes, and then we're going to look for more special functions like exponential functions, piecewise functions, like inverse functions, etc. And then we are going to look for their graphing and their attributes again for each functions. I could say that the first semester is gonna focus on the functions, their graphs, and their attributes. And then by the end of this term, we're gonna look for trigonometric functions, which is, I could say, 1/3 of pre-calculus, which is we're gonna start in week 8, and then we will continue in the second semester about 3-4 more weeks. So I could say that again, 1/3 of pre-calculus is all about trigonometry. So trigonometry is very vital, very important, guys. If we're gonna take calculus, so you're gonna use to have that knowledge and using those all formulas in calculus. So this is what we are going to learn in this semester, fall pre-calculus A. And what about the second semester? We're going to look, as I said, we will continue trigonometric functions, but mostly it's going to be identities and equations. And then we have some formulas that we are going to look for. They are called as applications of trigonometric functions like sine, cosine formulas, the law of sine, the law of cosine. We're going to use them in vectors, finding the area of a triangle or any polygons. And then lastly, which is not included in AP class, complex numbers, polar coordinates. Polar coordinates, we are in traditional, also in AP class, which is a common, but content is a bit different than each other. And lastly, we're going to look at the analytic geometry, parametric functions, limits, and sequences. So these are all we are going to learn. It's very tough topic, though it is very important for your career, for your college courses. So pre-calculus is the basic of getting calculus, college algebra as well. All right. If you don't have any questions so far, I would like to introduce the platform you're gonna use throughout the year, which is Canvas. Most probably you have already got your access. If you haven't, please reach out to us so we can send you access codes and you can see what materials you have, what homework you have. Typically, the Canvas gonna look like this one. On the left menu, you're gonna see the topics. Mostly we do not use for each, but you can just focus on modules, and module means we're gonna look for week 1, week 2, week 3, and then for each week you're gonna see what we have studied. So I'm gonna upload my presentation to weeks, so you will be able to see what we have discussed, and then you're gonna see extra tests, the homework that I'm uploading for you, and the most important for you, what is that, guys? You're gonna have an answer key. The answer key will help you a lot. I will try to make it very, explicit solution step by step as much as I can do. And lastly, if you are missing the class or you forgot how to solve a question, so it's fine, then you're gonna see that recording. You see the week 1 recording for each week after, I could say, couple of hours. So you're gonna see the uploaded video of the class. So even you didn't understand, you don't recall, so you will have a chance to review the video and you can just play the video and get the topic. So all the instruction materials, including recorded sections, will be in what? Canvas platform. If you don't have invitation code, it was sent to you, not to parents, please. Maybe you're asking your parents, hey, where is my code? No, you will ask the Momentum to send you directly. So because it is for you, there's no parental access for Canvas. This is for you. Okay, so what about the classroom? Once you log into Canvas, at the top, you're gonna see the invitation, a Zoom link. So you can just click on the home page. You're gonna see in one click having getting access to Zoom. So by the way, you don't need to save somewhere. Just use Canvas. Be familiarize yourself with Canvas platform. It's gonna help you a lot, honestly. All right, so far, do we have any questions? First, we talk about introducing myself. Second, we talk about what we are going to learn, first and second semester. And then the third, we talk about the platform. Any questions so far?
What is really required to be ready for this class? You have to be finish your Algebra 2 geometry. And then once we finish your class, is Luke going to be ready for Calculus A, B, and BC? And what's the difference, really? Like,
okay, so yeah, I believe you might miss that portion. So let me go and refer that portion. So this is the sequence of an math curriculum for secondary school. So it is starting with grade 6 math, grade 7 math. They are very common in each, I could say, in nationwide, it is a common core, I could say, and it is starting with algebra. We call for high school math, algebra 1. Some schools, states are starting in grade 7 and 8. So algebra 1, and then geometry, and then algebra 2. These are the basic concepts you need to have in order to get a college level math. College level math starting with pre-calculus, calculus. So if you are taking this class, you either take the class algebra 2 or you have that knowledge. So it is not a requirement, but it is highly recommended. So if you are taking this class, I will suggest you you have either taken the Algebra 2 course or you are ready for Algebra 2. So this is a kind of overlapping classes, but pre-calculus, we're gonna work on Algebra 2 stuff as well. Yeah,
Okay.
so AMC competitions like MathCons, like Kangaroo Math, so they're different pathway. They're not like computational math. This is a kind of college level or leading you to college level. That's why we can't compare the computational math with calculus or pre-calculus. Again, I mentioned maybe you missed that portion. AP pre-calculus and traditional pre-calculus are, I could say, 80% are the same. What we have designed for you, the first semester, pre-calculus and AP pre-calculus, we are going to have the common courses, common subjects. So in the second semester, we're going to have two different classes for AP pre-calculus and traditional pre-calculus. I consider that 80% they are same, and AP pre-calculus doesn't give you a college credit, by the way. So when we say college credit, dual credit we call. So for example, your kid can get a calculus test and can get a credit for college as well. But AP pre-calculus doesn't give you a college credit. So that, I mean, it is a kind of trendy nowadays since it's called as AP.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is the same value, AP pre-calculus or traditional pre-calculus. They're at the same way, at the same importance.
Yeah. But what about AB and BC? AB means
A,
traditional or?
AB and PC are, again, they're exactly the same. The third ABC is there are two topics which are not included AB. Again, BC is more general term. AB is a kind of more focused. BC
Oh,
have two extra topics than AB, which covers 30 to 35% of the curriculum, like series, like sequences. It is not included in AB.
okay.
If you are aiming for colleges, so it depends on what department what you're gonna study. For example, if you're gonna work on computer science, some colleges, some universities, they're gonna require you AB or BC. Nowadays, a lot of studies they do not require BC. Some certain universities, some certain colleges, they require BC.
Okay.
So I would like to go with AB. And then if you are ready for AB, you can take BC later on. Of course, it's an option. Or what you can do, even though you are not taking the class with your traditional school, you can take only test option. So there's a test option, test only option. You can be ready for BC, just take the BC test and get the credit. So
Yeah.
it is very great.
And
Yeah.
after that will be the multivariable calculus, right? After BC, if you want to continue.
Most probably you're not gonna have that chance because of just 4 years of high school. But if you have it, yeah, it can be statistics. Most common chosen
Okay.
subject, I could say statistics. I would go with statistics. Again, it's all about your core complete or associate degree completion. So if you are focusing on like core complete or association. So I have students who are aiming to complete their association degree. So depending on what you are going to study, they're going to require you. So there are some credits transferable to colleges. So depending on your study, you should look at the catalog.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a catalog. So some colleges require
Mm,
statistics. Some colleges require like AP mechanics. So
yeah.
depending on what you're going to study. So
I
you
see.
should have a look at that catalog. So you're going to have a pathway. For
Yeah.
now, pre-calculus, it is a required for course for AP calculus. AP
Yep.
calculus, AB or BC, either way is fine. But it's on what you're gonna study.
Right.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
now a more specific question for Luke. Like he has finished a geometry, algebra 2,
Mm.
all on Khan Academy by himself,
Yeah,
and he
that's
did
great.
them like 2 times already. So do you think in this case he's ready for pre-calculus class?
I could say yes. I could
Yeah.
say yes. So it's not gonna be big deal. Big deal. Pre-calculus again, it's a kind of more focusing on functions and trigonometry. So if you got the knowledge for algebra 2, yeah,
Yep.
I will say yes. But of course, we can't say 100% for this. He should try first. Luke should try first, and then let's see how is he doing. So
Yeah.
your child gonna decide how the things are going on, good or well. So I can give you feedback as well. So according to my observation.
I see.
Thank you.
And I see that the schedule is every Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, right?
Yeah, Saturdays, not Sunday.
Oh,
Saturdays
sorry,
1 to 3.
Saturday. Saturday, yes.
Yeah,
Um,
Saturdays
but
1 to
but this
3.
this is for the first part of pre-calculus, right?
Correct. So there are two terms, first term, second term. So let me
Yeah,
show you here this. So this is the first term, which is 12 weeks. Here, the topics. The
yeah,
second term starting in here,
yeah.
pre-calculus. In
Okay,
second semester, you will have two options. One is traditional pre-calculus, one is AP pre-calculus. So it's on you. But once you start with this, I will suggest you to continue the second semester as well. So do
yeah.
not
And
leave it
we don't know
as
this. We don't know the schedule or dates for that yet, right?
mm,
Because you have to finish the first one first.
okay. Yeah, first is first. You should go with the first semester, and I'm making ready for second semester. Yeah.
And normally, how many students will be in your class?
So typically I have 5 and 6, not that crowded. From the last year's experience I'm talking, I'm teaching, this is the third or fourth term I'm teaching for momentum. So we
Okay.
didn't have that much crowded class, which is good for smaller size of course. So
Yeah.
I believe it is less than 10, I could say.
Okay. And for what if Luke has questions? Do you have office hours or the TA or somebody?
Unfortunately, we don't have, but I can contact to Momentum Learning,
Yeah.
and they can provide you something, a
Yeah.
support class. We can
Yeah.
provide, but of course I need to talk to my supervisors. But for me, my portion is, let me show you here it is. So I'm in kind of tutoring and providing homework, providing materials, providing
Yeah.
presentations and video
Yeah.
recording. So you will be able to, your kid gonna be able to having access to everything in here. So
Okay.
even though you are missing the class, no worries, there will be recording of the day. So you can just refer that video, play the video, and get the knowledge.
And this is
Yeah.
your third or fourth time teaching here, right? Like for
For momentum, for
for
momentum.
this class, for this specific class.
Yes, correct. So I
Okay.
mean, for momentum, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
teaching for 16 years, sir. I'm
Okay.
teaching for AP pre-calculus, pre-calculus, calculus for public school.
For public
Uh,
school, like in
yeah.
Sugarland somewhere, right? In Texas, right?
In
Or
Texas, yeah, I'm from Austin.
oh, from Austin. Oh, okay. I see. I see. And what about for homework part? Like, do you give homework and then Luke should finish the homework every time, or like what should we do? And how long is the
So
homework?
of course. So let me show you. The expectation is I'm gonna give a homework per week, and
Yeah.
typically it takes about 60 to 90 minutes per week. So it's
Yeah.
not a daily base because of your kids might be very busy. So my portion is giving a homework which recovers the week that I'm teaching. So it's not gonna be very tough. It's gonna be at the level of what I'm teaching for 60 to 90 minutes. That is the expectation. So it's
And
not
then,
gonna be a lot homework, I could say.
yeah,
And
I
you
think you
can
just
see,
mentioned, yeah, that you are going to give us very detailed solution, right? Can you open up one so we can see, or I mean, if,
for now, I don't have that access.
okay,
Depending on what I'm gonna do, the difficulty is here. I will try to provide you step-by-step solutions, but if I'm providing you a test, multiple choice, it's not gonna be possible, depending on what type of questions I'm gonna post. But of course, I will try to do my best. But as you may see in math, the one question can take one page solution.
yeah,
So in that case, it's not gonna be possible, honestly. Okay,
yeah,
let me continue for this class. So
go
this is a
ahead.
kind of open house, so feel free to ask any questions. So first of all, what's my plan? We talk about, I would like to give you some information about Momentum Learning. That is the website and office hours here as well. And you can see info at momentumlearning.org. You could reach out the office. So I have class today, a short term. This is a kind of open house. So I'm not gonna start pre-calculus for now, but I would like to see how we are doing together. Up to 20 minutes more, we're gonna have a class, which is a kind of reviewing algebra 2. If Luke is starting, if Luke is ready, we can start today. We're not gonna have a 3 hours class, no worries. This is just the beginning. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have a look the prerequisite skills like algebra. So we're gonna work on it. So can you have a look the first question? We're gonna look for factorization. In algebra 2, I do see that the most important topic for algebra 2, I could say, is factorization, factoring. So let's see how we can do factoring for this question. Typically, in my classes, I'm gonna present the question. I'm gonna give you a chance to work on your own, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on the questions. And then I'm gonna make a cold call, 5, 6 kids. I'm gonna call the names randomly, and then you're gonna be presenting your solution. So, by the way, first of all, do you have a smart pen, or do you have a touch screen, or do you have a traditional laptop?
I have a traditional
Okay,
laptop.
you can't
He also has an
annotate.
iPad.
Oh,
iPad as well.
iPad. Oh, okay. So if you have an iPad, you will be able to annotate on the screen. If this is
Yeah.
not the case, you're gonna read your answer for me. I'm gonna write for you. Okay. So for this question, I'm gonna give you for this question, I guess 4 minutes gonna be enough. So let us start this question. Factor
Wait,
or term.
sorry, what? Can I join on my iPad so I can write on the screen?
Yeah, trade.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I can write. Wait, Dad, do you want?
Yeah. So do you know how many students are already in this class, sir?
I do not have that information, but typically I had so far 5, 6 kids per course, but the expectation is less than 10, I could say.
Okay, got it.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, look, firstly, on your own, you have a notebook, right? Pen,
Yeah.
pencil, everything ready. So on your own, solve the question and then give your final answer to me.
Do it. Just do it. Do it on the screen.
All right, yeah, I think I'm good.
Should look right on the screen directly, right?
Okay, if you're ready, we can go. Go ahead with your solution.
All right, so, oh shoot, sorry. So we know a squared minus b squared is a plus b times a minus b. And for the second, for 12b minus 36, we know that 12 is a common factor. So my final answer, if I'm correct, is this. Or can we simplify it further?
So do you believe that you can continue one more step?
Sorry, what?
Do you believe that there is another step you can do?
Oh, wait.
All right, look. So first of all, when we say factor or factorization, we mean
Oh,
that
yeah, I see it. Never mind.
you're gonna see a times b. It means that you need to write everything as the product of two terms, a times b.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But you see a plus here. So this is not a factorization. You should change the approach to the question.
That's b minus. Do it.
All right. Oh, okay, I see it now. Never mind. Is it, so we do a squared and then minus, wait, minus like this whole thing. Wait, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then it's just a squared minus b. So, and then this, we can also write this as a squared minus b squared equals a plus b to a minus b. So a plus b minus 6. Oops. Oh. Sorry, my thing just glitched. All right, sorry. Sorry, my pencil stopped working.
Okay,
a
so
minus.
I'm gonna write for you. Tell me. I'm gonna write for you. Plus, parentheses. What's the next?
A minus b plus 6.
Okay, thank you. This is the correct answer. Look, you did really great job. So you have tried in the first a squared minus b squared whenever you see that. So maybe you just try a minus b plus b. It's a good approach. However, it didn't work, right? And then you change your approach to the question. And because we see negative, we have here b squared minus 12b 36. It is in fact square of, it's a complete square, right? Square of b minus
Yep.
6. So you clarify this, and then we got a squared minus parentheses squared, we say difference of two squared numbers, and then you got the factorization. Very great. Thank you. It's a
Yeah.
clear solution.
Thank you.
Okay, in the next, again, we're gonna have a factoring, but a little bit longer. So please do not focus on just whatever you see, try it, but have a look at the question as a whole. Holistic view gonna help you to get the first step. You have 4 minutes for this question. Go ahead, and then we're gonna look together. All right, look, did you have an answer or you're trying now?
I was like, I got somewhere, but I didn't get the answer.
Okay, so what was your approach to the question, first of all? The first is first. So how did you start the question?
So I combined the like terms. So I saw that x squared minus x squared y plus 6x squared
Mm-hmm.
y. I could
And
combine.
okay, you combine them. And then what was your next step?
And I did the other like term, ne both negative 2xy squared plus 3xy squared had xy squared. So it'd be
Mm-hmm.
just plus xy squared. Yeah.
So in the first you said 3x cubed and then
Plus
5.
5x squared y
Mm-hmm.
plus xy squared minus y cubed.
Okay, it's okay. So that's algebra 1 step, right? Combine the
Yeah.
like terms.
Yeah.
So what's our next step?
To me, it kind of looks like the x minus y cubed formula. Or
But one is having 3x cubed. So in
yeah,
that case, you can't apply. So you need to separate 2x cubed, x cubed, but it's gonna be more complicated. Your
yeah,
approach to question is good. If I were first time, so yeah, I will follow this. But I realized that after this point, I couldn't continue well. So there is another way we can solve in this, but I do not prefer this way because it is very getting complicated in each step. So what I would like to suggest you, make it basic approach. What I mean, we're gonna group them. First and second term, third and fourth term, the fifth and sixth term. These terms are intentionally giving you separately because the question is asking you to group them differently, not like terms. So could you please continue factoring each term in here? So for
all right,
example, 3x cubed. For example, in the first, what is the common factor? X squared, right?
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get 3x minus y. What about in the second? 6x squared y.
You can take out 2xy,
Correct, 2xy. And then we're gonna get again.
3x minus y.
Yeah, do you see the pattern? We have 3x
Oh
minus y, which is in
yeah.
common.
Yeah, you
And we
can.
will we will continue in the next. We got y squared, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get 3x minus y. So in each addends, we have the common factor of 3x minus y, 3x minus y, 3x minus, which is the common factor out. We're gonna take common factor out of parentheses. In the next x squared, 2xy plus y squared. So what's our next step?
X squared plus 2xy plus y squared can be turned into x plus y squared.
Correct. It is complete square, right? So we can leave our answer such that, which is the correct. So you did a really great job by expanding and grouping them. In the first approach, you didn't get an answer. No worries, because there is no certain way for this question. We don't know the next step. First, we try. Second, but approach the question, it is grouping, it is great. So you did very good job. Thank you. This is the correct answer, 3x minus y times, in parentheses, x plus y squared. That's great.
I see.
Okay, I was planning more questions, but since it's an open house, so I don't want to make it very long, but I
Yeah.
would like to show you a cool question before leaving. So this is the question. It is very easy, but very logic question. Go ahead. So you're gonna solve for x. So in fact, it is a little bit related to algebra 2 and precal, I could say. 2 to the
Yeah.
power x plus 3 to the power x equals 5 to the power x. You're gonna solve this. That is a fantastic question, I could say.
Does it have anything to do with logarithms?
You can do, yeah, but
Right.
for now, think very basic. Suppose that you don't know precalculus or you don't know calculus.
Oh,
I will show you three ways for this. You can use logarithm, of course. You're going to use differentiation, which is the derivatives for calculus. But without that knowledge, you're going to solve this.
oh. I just realized like I saw 2 plus 3 and then equals to 5, so isn't x just 1?
So x is 1 is the solution, correct? You try. Trial and error, it's the solution, right? It's a method we are using in math. So x is 1.
Yeah.
So you should ask that, is this the only one answer? Are there any x values which make the equation true? Or how are you going to show that x equals 1 is the unique solution, is the only one solution? That is the question. You got it?
Yeah.
So how can you prove that x equals 1 is the only solution? Or is there any number about very large or very small number that make the equation true? So we haven't tried, right? When we say trial and error method, you need to try x is 1, x is 2, x is 3. Many infinite numbers, we can't try. So we need to limit, or we need to organize, or we need to set a rule. What's our rule? Think on that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little stumped.
Okay, so let's do that together. No worries, no worries. So we know given equation is true for x is 1, right? So we have a solution, but we are checking if there are any other solutions or if there is no other solution. We're gonna limitate. I mean, we are gonna get narrowing the solution to only one.
Yeah.
So, but what about the other rules? Do other rules exist or not? That's our question. Let's find out. So 2 to the power x plus 3 to the power x, which is equal to 5 to the power x. I'm going to make very basic algebra. Let's divide both sides by 5 to the power x. Okay, 5 to the power x. We know that 5 to the power x cannot be 0, so I'm free to divide both sides by 5 to the power x. If 5 to the power x could be 0, we can divide, right? Because we can't have division by 5 to the power x. But we know that 5 to the power x cannot be 0. Therefore, we are free to divide. So my purpose is here, narrowing the solution. So we got here 2 over 5 to the power x plus 3 over 5 to the power x equals, what we're going to get?
Equals 1.
1. So now we're going to define a function f of x, which is 2 over 5 to the power x. Similarly, 3 over 5 to the power x minus 1. So we're going to get f of x is a function such that, but we can easily see that 2 over 5 to the power x. If x is 1, if x is 2, if x is 3, 125. Is it getting bigger or smaller?
It's getting smaller.
Smaller, right? So it's getting smaller and smaller. And that number also getting smaller and smaller with this approach. What I mean, let me delete this. The left side of the equation is getting smaller. So this function, I could say a decreasing function. So I could say that f of x is a strictly decreasing function.
Yeah.
We can show this decreasing function by differentiation. In fact, we are going to take the first derivative of the function, and we can show that it is less than 0. But it is a calculus. I'm not going to show you. Okay. So for now, I'm skipping that portion. But by logic, once x are getting increased, the function gonna decrease. So f of x is strictly decreasing. So the function, the graph of function, something like that. Let me use a different color. Here it is something like that. It is passing through like this at the point 1. So we could say that that point can be 0. In this case, we are talking when x is 1, so that x is 1 is the only solution. There is no other values of x's that make it true. Therefore, x is 1 is the unique solution.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So I'm gonna express, we're gonna work on this in logarithm functions,
Yeah.
and you can work the differentiation in calculus. But for now, we are making a basic knowledge of algebra, defining as decreasing function. So we define it is a unique function since it's decreasing. It meets the standard at that point. That's it. So far, we have only one real root. We know x is 1 and no other real roots. All right, it is 1:45. The time is already gone. And look, for this week, we are ending our open house. So hope to see you with your friends next week. Do you have any question?
Yes, the first class starts from when?
So in my calendar, not next week, the other week, but I will, of course, give you a heads up for this. Okay, let me show what I have for you.
September the 7th?
You should receive an email about that. So the first class in my calendar, it is September 7. I'm checking my calendar. I couldn't be sure after you asked me.
Yeah.
Okay, September 7. September 7 is the first till November 23. So what I'm gonna do, I will ask my supervisors sending you a calendar invitation. So you're gonna look for. So September 7 is the first class start. Okay. Thank you for joining my class. Hope to see you in the next class. Have a great
So much.
weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye from Austin.